we're going to move on to our next speaker who is in Dubai, and I'm just going to introduce him now.
Property investment in Dubai and Africa, Emmanuel Agbange. Emmanuel is a realtor and property management CEO of MBH Consulting. He is an innovator and business leader and works in Dubai to expand the company's real estate, medical tourism, and consulting interests.
Over to you, Emmanuel.
Oh, thank you so much, Tendai. First of all, I want to say thank you to you for this opportunity to be here. Before I go ahead, I just want to say thank you to Ms. Stella for that powerful message, assessing our wealth, using our adversity to assess our wealth place. When I was listening to her and she talked about the only person with 4 kidneys walking the streets of UK, and I was like, whoa, that's amazing. You see people go through that and you hear that they're gone and all of that. So thank you so much, Ms. Stella, for that very powerful message. Okay, again, back to you, Tendai. Thank you again. Last year I was here and it was amazing. And the feedback I got after the session, and the clients we converted, that decided to come to Dubai to do business here in Dubai and set up their properties, and all of that was amazing. So when you invited me again, I said, you know what, I will be here this time around to talk about it again. And inshallah, yes, forgive me, I'm Dubai based. Okay, so yes, I'm here again to talk about Dubai, and hopefully I'll be able to replicate what we did last year here again. Thank you so much, everyone. So my name is Emmanuel, as I've been introduced, and I'll just quickly go through my slides and talk about Dubai and why Dubai, and also a bit of Africa too. So I'll just share my screen right away. Okay, so we're talking about Dubai properties and investment opportunities. I represent MBH Consulting as the managing partner here. MBH Consulting, the meaning of MBH is Middle East Investors. So I like to say that as a Christian, where the name Middle East Investors came in was when we started MBH, we felt that, as a Christian, we believe that we're here for a reason, for a purpose, and that purpose is to harvest. And this is where the Middle East Investors name came in. And yes, this is our 4th year in the industry here. It's been an amazing journey so far. Now, MBH in itself is a boutique consulting firm that helps African investors majorly, who are looking at setting up here in Dubai. And in terms of real estate investment, we decided to hinge our investment proposition on real estate, especially when it comes to the Middle East, because we believe that as a non-resident investor, it's always best to, in this part of the world, real estate is your best option in terms of getting the most return on investment. So we also do property management for our clients and business in terms of advisory of business, in terms of other forms of investments here in Dubai. Now, why Dubai? I hear a lot of people have heard about Dubai. They see Dubai as a tourist destination where they just come for holidays and nothing much to them when it comes to Dubai. They say, oh, Dubai is just for tourism and all of that, right? But basically, you'll be surprised to know that Dubai is a destination not only for tourism, for every other aspect, in terms of investment, in terms of living here as a family, in terms of working here. Dubai has attracted a whole lot of expats from different parts of the world. We say Dubai is a united nation of sorts because in Dubai is the only emirate or country, UAE is the only country in the world where your next door neighbor, you probably live in a building, a block of about, say 20 apartments, and each one member of that apartment represents different countries in the world. That's one of the beautiful things about Dubai. Now, Dubai, we say, is a tax-free place where all investments here, if, for example, you decide to come here to put in your investment. It's tax-free. You don't pay a dime to the government. And because of the fact that it's tax-free, you get very good returns on your investment. So if you're doing properties, for example, your rental yields are very high because one, you do not pay taxes, and two, you've got a high demand of rentals here in Dubai. Most of our properties here are freehold. Majorly the ones we as a company advise our clients on are majorly freehold properties. And also Dubai gives you a visa, residency visa, what we call, the Dubai government calls it a golden visa. So for example, you invest in a property here in Dubai, you get up to 10 years visas, residency visa for you and your family. So which gives you the access to your property and also to come in and out as you want and do whatever business you want to do. Also, you've got very easy access to mortgages here in Dubai. Through our companies, we have partnered with major banks here in Dubai to help our clients who will be interested in mortgages. The interest rates are also very good, from as low as 2.5%. And yes, we say that Dubai is one of the safest cities in the world. I stand to be corrected, but if you look at the indices so far, you see that Dubai so far is very safe compared to major cities in the world. Dubai is the only country where you would say that we go to bed with our doors open without the fear of someone mugging us, or most of our cars are parked on the streets. It's safe. Since I've been here, I've been in Dubai for almost 10 years now, and I've never had any incidents of burglar coming into the house or whatever form of a security challenge. So we say that in terms of safety, Dubai is one of the safest cities. And also talking about the foreign exchange risk, the local currency, which is the dirhams, is pegged to the dollar at 3.65. So in that case, you do not have any form of foreign exchange risk in terms of devaluation of the currency and all of that. That's also rampant in other developing countries. So this and more gives Dubai this. And also one more thing, it attracts a lot of tourists yearly. Be it tourists who are coming in for holidays, tourists who are coming in for medical tourism, for example. For example, most African tourists who come here for medicals usually used to go to India, and because they couldn't access the UK and America, they would rather go to India before now. But because Dubai has created this very beautiful, very outstanding medical system, it now attracts a whole lot of people who come here. So this gives you, and apart from the tourists who come in, you have a lot of experts who are here. So because of this number of people coming into Dubai every year, you've got this very huge demand for Dubai properties, be it as an Airbnb kind of arrangement, or even as short-term or long-term rentals. So for us as a company, what our property offerings are majorly studios, one-bedroom apartment to three. We have duplexes and townhouses, villas, and mansions. Then also commercial spaces for clients who want to set up their business. Maybe they want to have a branch office of their, maybe if it's a supermarket they want to set up, or any form of other kind of businesses that would require commercial space. So we've got all of these options for our clients, and all these properties, as I say, are all located in the Dubai downtown. Now, the Dubai downtown is the I would say the heart of the city, where you've got the Burj Khalifa, which is the tallest buildings in the world, and the Dubai Mall, the famous Dubai Mall. These properties are all centered around. The reason why we as a company decided to go for this kind of properties, because we have realized that when most people come to Dubai, everybody wants to be around this part of Dubai, wants to see the Burj Khalifa, wants to see the Dubai Mall. So if you look at it, the rental yield, the return on investment on properties around these areas are usually very, very high. Now, for this webinar, we decided to look at ways we can attract, just the same way last year, we came up with some offers, and which we attracted a lot of the clients we got during the webinar last year. Same thing this year, we decided to come up with some very exclusive offers for our clients. For example, you can, if you book for as low as £3,400, and you get up to 20% discount on selected units, and we guarantee you a 30 to 40% capital appreciation on our discounted properties, because you're getting up to 20% discount on our properties. You are buying below the market price, way below the market price, and you get very good capital appreciation. And don't forget, in all of this, tax-free. You don't pay no form of capital gains tax to the government. Now, we've got selected schools who we have partnered with to give our clients 30% discount on their tuition fee if they buy properties through us. So, for example, you decide to relocate your family here to Dubai and you want to live in one of these properties you've invested in, yes, we have a partnering schools that can give you up to 30% for your kids. Now, these schools, if you want to know, you could check these out on Google. The Dubai Knowledge Department is one of the best in terms of ratings, in terms of how they manage the educational system in Dubai. They are top notch. The schools here are usually comprises of English teachers from the UK, from America, from France. So you've got very good schools with very, very high standards of education here in Dubai. And also for selected units, we're giving 50% discount on the land department charges. Usually when you come to Dubai and you buy a property, you must pay 4% on the value of the property you are buying to the Dubai Land Department as a fee. For some of our units, we are giving 50% discount on this 4%. So you pay 2% instead of 4% if you book via this exhibition, this webinar. Now, also, we are also giving a free Dubai company information. Before now, we used to give for properties less than 10 million, you don't get a residency from the Dubai government. But currently, the Dubai government has started giving residencies for properties for as low as 2 million dirhams. You get a residency visa of 5 years. But for us, if, for example, you're buying a property even less than 2 million, for example, you're buying a property of about 1 million dirhams, we will be willing to give you a free Dubai setup with free Dubai company that also gives you a residency visa status for you and your family. And also you can run your business here in Dubai if you want to. Then we're also giving also for selected units based on what the value of properties we're getting given 5-day travel packages for families. And for property, we are also a property management company. So what we do is that for when clients buy properties through us, we manage those properties for them. So currently, most of the properties we have, which we currently manage, are properties that were bought through us by our clients. For clients who are coming in through this webinar, we'll be glad to waive the management fee. Now, all of these offers we're offering do not come in all in one package, though. It depends on what you're going to buy from us and how the kind of unit you're looking at. We would decide. We would sit down with you, our consultant will sit down with you and look at the offers that will be given to you based on the properties you're buying. And as usual, all the properties bought here in Dubai are all fully furnished with kitchen equipment and laundry rooms. Okay, now talking about the numbers, I've been talking about why Dubai and how good it is to buy a property, how easy it is. I'm going to talk about how easy it is to buy a property in Dubai, because most times people say, when they think about Dubai, they'll be like, oh, it's an Islamic country, the language barrier, they speak Arabic, might be difficult to invest in a property there. But I'm going to talk about the downside of investing in Dubai. But before then, I'm going to speak on the numbers first and show you how easy it is. Now, for example, you're looking at a 1-bedroom apartment, for example, which goes for about 1.1 million. Now, if this is a discounted price, if you go online to check out properties for sale in Dubai, downtown Dubai, the cheapest 1-bedroom apartment you're going to find in downtown Dubai is about 1.5 million dirhams. With our partnering developers, we've been able to get very good discounts for our properties. So for our properties that are when I say under construction, most of the properties are, say, 60% completed, and we have properties at different stages of completion. Now, so 1.1 million you buy, that's about 244,000 pounds. You pay just 14% as with a breakdown there as a first installment, and you get a three-monthly installment plan of about 10%. And if, for example, you say, oh no, I want to take a mortgage, I don't want to do, I don't have the money to pay all 100%. Yes, the 25% we give you a payment plan, which is as stated here. And with a mortgage, the Dubai banks can give up to us as high as 75% mortgage on the value of the property. Now, how do we assess mortgages? It's very easy. All the banks want to know is that you've got the liquidity in terms of so if, for example, your monthly repayment is, say, £5,000, for example, just for sake of illustration, the Dubai bank wants to see that you have at least 5,000 residual income every month. That's all. They're not going to look at. They don't pay attention to your credit rating and no. For them, they're all more interested in your liquidity. The reason is because they know that the properties here in Dubai, depending on the location, and the location which we are looking at is the Dubai downtown. They know these properties locations itself, they repay themselves. For example, if you decide to rent out these properties, the rental income in itself is more than enough to pay back this facility. So they look at it and look at your income. So if you decide to live in the property, then they'll be looking at your residual income. But if you're going to rent it out, they know that this property in itself repays itself. So that's why the banks are always willing to give out to the mortgage these properties. Now, talking about our pricing and the current market pricing. Now, for a one-bedroom, for example, like I said earlier, if you look at, if you go online to check the prices of one-bedroom apartments in Dubai, you see that the market pricing of our one-bedroom, for example, is about almost 300,000 pounds. While we're selling at 238,000 pounds, so you're making as much as almost 60,000 pounds from this get-go, from the moment you invest in this property. Already, you've got a very very good return on your investment. And same way with the two-bedroom apartments. Rental yield, same with the rental yield. Like I said, the banks, let's use this as a classic example. You get a 15-year mortgage on your property of only one-bedroom apartment, for example. You pay 72,000 or 16,000 pounds yearly for this property. The rental on this property is about 16,700. So at the end of the day, you're getting about a rental yield of about 690. This is if you do a 15-year mortgage. So I decided to use a 15-year mortgage here because just in case, just to look at a worst case scenario, usually the max here is 35 years. So depending on your age. So so imagine if you take a 35-year mortgage on your property, you'll see that those figures even go even lower, and you get more in terms of your rental yield every year compared to after paying back the bank of the mortgage on a yearly basis. Now, if you decide to rent out the property. Now, I'll just speak about the downside of investing in Dubai. While I've been doing this business and talking to investors to come to Dubai, I've had a lot of complaints about investing in Dubai and all of that. So I'm just going to speak to that here now, and how we have also helped our clients. Now, one of the downsides I've heard about Dubai is the religion. A lot of people say Dubai is a Muslim community, is a Muslim country, and how tolerant are they? And also, one more thing I hear is that it's not a democratic system. It's more of a kingdom where the kings decide, and one morning they can just wake up one morning and decide to change the rules, and that's it. Nobody would complain and all of that. Yes, I agree it's a Muslim country, but I would say that it's one of the most liberal Islamic countries in the world. It's liberal in the sense that there's freedom of worship here. I'm from Nigeria, but I'll tell you that most Nigerian churches, almost all the Nigerian churches have their branches here in Dubai. You have all religions here. Yeah, the Dubai government is very tolerant. They've got this ministry called the Ministry of Tolerance that ensures that every religion is respected. So you've got the Christians, you've got the Muslims, you've got the Hindus, you've got the Buddhists, you've got everybody here well represented. And we've never had a situation where nobody is allowed to worship as they want. The only problem is, as usual, when you're in a foreign land, you should respect the religion of the other people, which is tolerant. So you should. So if you're the kind of person that believes that other people's religion should be respected, yes, Dubai is a place for you. So in terms of Islam, the Dubai government is very tolerant. Now, talking about religion, I also hear about people saying about the Sharia law. Yes, the Sharia law is the default law here in the UAE, but what the Dubai government has also done is they've created what they call the Dubai International Financial Center, where the laws there are based on international law. So, and our properties are all the location where our property is actually under the jurisdiction of the Dubai International Financial Center. The reason why, this is one of the reasons why we chose this location, because we want to ensure that our investors, the rules that they play by are the rules that they are used to internationally. So the courts there are all based on international laws. So you don't have to worry if you're investing in Dubai, because in terms of the laws in itself, you are under a jurisdiction that plays by international laws. Now, one more thing, the language barrier. This is where our company comes in. We believe that, yes, if you go to the government quarters, the official language is Arabic, yeah, definitely, but they also speak English. So this is where our companies come in for our clients to ensure that when they invest through us, we represent you. We've got our PROs in place who ensure that in terms of your documentation, in terms of interacting with the government, we do all of this for you and ensure that whatever interpretation you need, our consultants are always on ground to ensure that all of these are sorted out for you. Now, talking about the government, yeah, I heard people talking about democracy. I would say that, yes, you've got rulers, kings, ruling the UAE, but I'd also say that they're also very liberal kings, and they ensure that if whatever laws they have, because they also want to attract they also want to be internationally recognized. They also want to attract more and more investors. So what they've done is that they've fashioned their laws to be more like what is obtainable in civilized climes. So if you, like I said, in the properties you're buying under a jurisdiction called the Dubai International Financial Center. They've modeled that financial center in such a way that the laws that they cannot interfere. It's modeled according to the international laws. So you don't have to worry about if the ruler could wake up one morning. He cannot, or they cannot just wake up one morning and change the rule, because the rules, they have subscribed to international laws, and they to ensure that investors are well protected. So all of this, this is one of the good reasons why we as a company, as a consulting firm, when we looked at this market, a lot of Africans who were interested in investing here, they had this fear and they didn't know how to come about investing in Dubai. This is why we came up with this concept where we help majorly African investors who want to come in here, who want to understand the market. We sit with them, we take them by the hand and walk them through the process on a step-by-step basis. And we've had a lot of clients who have been very impressed with what is happening. And because of the return on investment, again, the banking system is prompt, very effective. If you open a bank account today and you want to, I'll let you know that if we start a mortgage process for you in Dubai today, it takes maximum a month and you get an approval. That's how fast the system is. If it's in terms of residency, in terms of the paperwork, they are very, very fast. And because they know that one of the major sources of income for Dubai are expats, are tourists. So they ensure that when it comes to investments, expat investments or tourists coming in to bring in their funds here, they ensure that the system works as it should work. So all of this put together makes Dubai a go-to place for many, many investors. A go-to place, and in terms of the quality of the properties we are talking about, just that I don't have so much time. I would have loved to show you, give ideas, give you examples of the properties so you see the pictures. But after this meeting, please, you just take your time, go on Google and just do your research about Dubai properties and the quality of properties that are being rendered here in Dubai. You would see that. Do you see the reason why you've got a lot of investors clamoring to come down here to Dubai to invest their funds? So I think my time is almost up. I'll just, if there are any questions, I'll just give you time for questions. If there are any questions, I'll be glad to respond to those questions. Attendant.
Thank you so much, Emmanuel. Dubai is calling. Anyone who want to answer to them? I had a few questions in the panel. I'm just going to ask them. What's the job market like? Spio is asking. It depends on what you do, I presume. In what area were you thinking? Do you want to answer that, Emmanuel, perhaps?
Okay, good. So for the job market, the job market is amazing because what Dubai tries to do is attract expats from all over the world, professionals from all over the world. So, for example, for doctors, if you come into Dubai as a doctor, you get a job, you get a 10-year residency as a doctor. Just to tell you, as an engineer in IT, in aeronautics, whatever it is, you get 10 years residency visa. Usually, the average residency you get here is 2 years. which is renewable every 2 years. But for professionals, you get 10 years. We call it 10 years golden visa. So the job market is huge here. The pay is good. It's tax-free. So if you decide to come down to Dubai, you would enjoy yourself. And don't forget, the Arabs, they love anything UK, Western world. So if you're coming from the Western world, from the UK, for example, oh goodness, yeah, you're sure of getting a good job and getting paid.
Awesome. I saw Nigel, you had your hand up. Did you want to ask a question? Anyone who wants to answer a question, if you put your hand up again and I can just unmute you so you can speak if you want to speak, or just put it in the text. Somebody on a panelist, do you want to ask your question? Stella, if you want to unmute. Yeah, that's Stella. Can I unmute you? Yeah. You can unmute and ask away.
Okay, yeah. Thank you very much, Emmanuel. Thank you for your insightful presentation. I just wanted to ask two questions. The first one is the properties you're speaking about. What's the lease? What's the tenure of the leases for those properties? Is it freehold? Is it tenured? And the second question, you mentioned as part of the package, having businesses registered. Will those businesses, or could those businesses also be DIFC registered businesses? Because I know there are different zones and the implications are different. So if you could please answer that. Thank you.
Okay, good. So our properties are all freehold. The ones we are selling as a company, that's what we have. You just mentioned the DIFC, the Dubai International Financial Center. So these properties are all under the DIFC, and the DIFC is a free zone area. So it's all freehold. Most of the properties under the DIFC are all freehold. So yes, we are. We also know, because as consultants, we don't want to sell to clients leasehold properties, and we want to. This part of the benefits of buying properties through the properties through us. Talking about the company registration, the DIFC is quite pricey setting up a company in the DIFC. So yes, we're not talking about the DIFC. There are other free zones. Because one of the reasons why we are selling the company formation is just to help clients who are not buying up, whose properties are not up to the threshold of 2 million, which gives you the residency visa, the 10-year golden visa. You still want to have a residency visa. You don't want to come in here with a visit visa every other time. So we set up a company for you where you get a 3-year visa, residency visa for you and your family. And that gives you access to Dubai, so you don't have to. You can stay as long as you want, if you want to. So that's the major reason why we set up the company for free as an incentive, so you can also have access to your property. Then also, if you decide to run your company here, yes, so we give a freehold, either a free zone or a mainland company, as the case may be, but not a DIFC. DIFC, to set up a company in the DIFC, you're looking at within the range of about almost $300,000.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
I just have a quick question, Emmanuel. Most, like in the United Kingdom, we have the Financial Services Compensation Scheme. If you're tied into an agreement and then the lender goes bust, these properties are being built. What protection is there for anyone if say the developer goes bankrupt
Okay, good. So yes, it's a good question. The properties are all secured by the Dubai government. That's why we've got the Dubai Land Department. So we always encourage our clients, when you're investing here in Dubai, the first thing you do after paying the initial deposit, which is maybe 10%, as the case may be, you should pay the 4% the Dubai Land Department fee, because that gives you a protection over your property. It shows the Dubai government would sign an agreement which is saying that they are aware that you have bought a property here in Dubai, and also the property funds are all paid into an escrow account. There's got an escrow account system where the Dubai government, the signatures to the account is the Dubai government and the developer. So in the document that will be issued to you, which is called the SPA document, it's going to be stated there that whatever monies you pay into the escrow account is 100% secured by the Dubai government. So if anything happens to the developer, the Dubai government guarantees that your funds are paid back to you. Now, the reason why they came up with this escrow account, there was a property bust in 2008 where we had a lot of developers who were not registered. They ran away with a lot of people's funds, and I don't know if anybody heard about that period where a lot of people lost money in Dubai. This is why the Dubai government came up with this escrow account system, to ensure that each and every investor is secured and their funds are secured.
Awesome. Thank you for that. Anyone else with questions? We're going to move on. Thank you so much, Emmanuel. That was very informative. It's a door to another economy. Dubai is one of those nations that are known for wealth. You know, the GDP per capita is quite high up there. So definitely wonderful to be able to access part of that pie with our networks, and with the skill set and expertise that you provide through MEH Harvesters. I like the sound of harvest. Yeah. I think I'm tired of sowing, sowing, sowing. I want some reaping. I want some harvest time. So thank you so much for that presentation.